What's up, boys? Day 285. Gonna do the back testing. Yeah, feeling quite good. Let's see if we can try gold again. Man, I really want to finish this so bad. I might actually even remove it and instead do something else because it's really not cooking at all. But we just have to experiment to know if we are really good at trading gold or if we should just give up on trading gold. All right. All right. Give me a second while I set some stuff up. Right. So I'm looking for price to displace higher because we are at all-time highs as of now. Checking the daily, you can see it's actually we've dropped from all the way from all-time highs. So maybe it will displace higher the next day. Let's go to the next day now. New York AM session. Right, so yesterday was a small bullish move. We got a run on liquidity here, so I'd like to see at least displacement to these highs here, or this high here, most likely this one here. So this is buy side liquidity. Right, now checking the 4 hour, you can see we're rejecting this 4 hour gap here. So we also have this gap. If this one here could get inversed, then I'll take longs right away if this gap here gets inversed. But I'd like to see how the lower time frame looks like before I take any decisions. We also have Asia highs that high. Asia highs right here. So now we just have to wait and see what is happening. Okay, get a very beautiful retracement right there. Alright, on the inversion, on the inversion bullish that will form, I will be taking longs. So 1 hour, nothing, but we have a liquidity run, so price is displacing lower. Okay, that's crazy. 4 hour closed extremely bearish, inversing here, so I'd like to see displacement lower. Turns out our plan was wrong, so yeah, that's not good. Alright, so here is where a trade could play out. Make sure it's all the way to this low. You can see it's a 15-minute, small 15-minute gap retracement, so let's see. Okay, let's try shorts here. Right, come on. That's why gold, you should not play with gold. Look at this retracement here. You think that maybe it's about going to drop, then it heads all the way to this high. So one thing I've noticed lately about gold is it works more with liquidity runs. But yeah, it's just that we got cooked. I don't think there was any 4 hour, probably like a 1 hour gap here. So yeah, it's okay. Let's go to the next trading day. So it's the new game session and price is displacing higher. It has already run all the buy side liquidity targets that we had. So now we have daily high right here, right, this, also have this here. Now I think the 4 hour may be retracement. You can see the retracement here is okay. and see retracement inside here. Small order block, so like this is runs to this high. 15-minute has a very huge gap. I don't know if it will embrace that anytime soon. We'll just have to wait. I think the 5 minutes looking better. This was a good retracement, but yeah. Let's try the next day. AM session again. Try longs and longs if we are bullish, but check the daily. Yeah, it has started dropping, and there's a gap here. 1 hour, another gap here, a liquidity run. Have a gap here that if it could get inversed will be good to take longs towards like Asia highs here. Right, liquidity run, crazy moves. Okay, so 4 hour closed so aggressively, and it obviously is placed into this gap here. I think I'll try shorts, longs on this inversion. Right, so gap, long, let's try longs to this high and see if they do hit target. Yeah, this is not good. 30-minute rejecting. Let's close at 1k. Will the PM session displace higher? I don't know. Let's go to the new day here. Okay, we have a daily gap here. First priority. This could retrace into this gap, but I'd like to try out some longs. Right, 1 hour, literally nothing. We could try longs maybe if it embraces here, but we don't have a good gap to try longs off of, so won't be that bad. Liquidity run. So if the inversion here is a success, then we'll look for something fractal to take longs towards the Asia high. It's as simple as that. Okay, how big is this? Yeah, no inversion just yet. Let's just wait for the closing of this hour. Okay, the 30-minute no gap retracement, 15-minute no gap retracement. So we'll just have to wait and see. One hour still closed bearish, so no opportunities presented, and obviously the next run is on this high, so we apparently were correct about the bias. Let's try long now towards these highs. Okay, so there's another block and a gap, so I like to see price displace higher. And a gap here. Okay, let's see, maybe we can try longs on this day here. The 30-minute has a crazy retracement. Liquidity run. Let's try longs here. Ah, no way. I'm getting cooked right away. Getting cooked real quick. Well, that's one of the disadvantages of trading gold, but it's okay. Give me a second. Should I get back to trading it at 6? 'Cause maybe it has better moves. But this it's just obvious that we should only trade gold when it's trending. I thought it would be a hard time trying to say that. Trade gold when it's trending, because you can see here we are in some sort of consolidation for hour. Rejecting this thing here, so maybe you could display slower, probably. Small wire tap, inversion, liquidity at these lows. So let's see if we will display slower. support and resistance guys will kill me for not taking shorts at that area. Can see get obvious displacement towards the lows, and this low will also get hit, I think. Yeah, right away, dead ass. Very, very beautiful move. This low here. Also gets hit. Okay, so where are we targeting next? I really don't know. All I know is that, well, price was bearish, didn't find any entry opportunities, everything was happening so fast. So if we were to enter, we could have entered earlier, like at 1 in the morning, targeting these lows here. That would be the only best entry that I would have seen in that kind of case. Hmm. 15-minute gap retracement. I don't know if we have a 5-minute that's about to inverse. Right, it's now in a line shower. Okay, maybe you can try out shorts, but then we're in line shower. Let's try it out and see. For shorts, 2.5 hour trade. Yo, what is good, Alex? Dude, you really show up every day, man. How are you doing? How was the market going today? And gold is really burning. It's not displacing good. Okay, good displacement. Break even. Don't tell me it's going to retrace back to break even. Alright, take profit, gets hit for a 2.5 hour trade. Very beautiful move. It moves for the whole line shower and the PM session as well. Now let's see how the next day goes. Yo, well, Alex, today I also took a good trade here. I hit, well, today market wasn't correlating. I don't know if you saw how the Nasdaq was moving. Like, this is how it was chopping up. I tried to take a long towards these highs here. After we did this 5-minute inversion, then my stop was quite tight. So I wanted to target this 1.5 hour trade here, and it hit, giving me another winning day on my XFA. So not bad. Where is the backtesting thing? All right. Right, so yesterday it looks like it inversed. Yep, it inversed. So we could be about to have some displacement lower, but since I don't want to trade like the whole weekly move, I just want to see what will get presented inside the daily displacement. As now you can see we got a retracement into the 4-hour here, so there's a possibility that it could displace now, rejecting here all the way to these lows. So we just have to wait and see. We already have an inversion here. This is already prompting me to enter, so try entries, to be honest. Target all the way to this low. It's a daily low. So 4-hour rejecting high 1 hour. Well, we have the liquidity run on this high. Have you invest? Well, obviously, that's what I did. I'm currently doing some evals, and once I pass them, I will be copy trading them with the main accounts as well, because the plan is to scale. Right, so we have an inversion right here. I mean, I would like just try this, but then I think there are a couple gaps that are against the bias, so let's just wait for the open and see. Okay, market has just opened. What happened at the open? Okay, the open retraced higher into this fair value gap here, and we are displacing lower. I'd like to see it drop maybe to these lows. How about the 2 hours? 2 hours still has a gap, so let's wait a little bit more and see how this thing closes. Reverse is bullish. That's a betrayal. Why would it reverse bullish? Okay. Lower time frame liquidity run. Okay, so turns out we're displacing higher, high, low, high. So maybe in the next retracement, I would like to start trying longs. For sure, man. For sure, got this, and you got this too, man. We gotta keep grinding. It's just a matter of time. As long as I put in the work and be patient, let the time do its thing instead of trying to force anything. Everything will eventually fall in place. And as of now, I think if I manage to get one more winning day, I might be eligible for another small payout. So things are going quite good. Right, so let's see if we're gonna get a retracement lower. Okay, there it goes. Run on liquidity inversion. You can see right here. Now, usually on NQ, I will just right away try this long. I will definitely try this long most of the times, and target these highs here. This is what I will do on NQ, but on gold, I'm not really sure because it has, I don't know if I would call it crazy movements. These kinds of retracement are not valid on gold. Most of the times it has to retrace like all the way to this low here. So we just gotta try it and see if maybe it will push higher. Best thing about trading, man, your quality inputs equal your outputs and rewards. Well, yeah, everything has its own advantage, because I bet those that do cold calling and sending emails, like look at that guy Braze Scales. I think you know him. He's very good at that freelance brand scaling, and he enjoys it. So as long as it's something you enjoy, the freelance, I mean the cold calls and sending emails is not actually that hard. Same way maybe some other non-traders like look at people and be like, bro, how are you planning to lose 1k on a day? How is your maximum loss limit a day? Why do you always say that if I lose 1000 I'm out of the market? Why do you plan to lose that? So it all comes down to dedication and how bad you want that thing. Anyways, I think I can try out these longs, but I'm going with low risk here. So Alex, are you currently trying out doing evals and stuff? Banger 1.75 hour trade. That was a very quick one. How many minutes? 2, 3, from here to here, that's 10 minutes, yeah. And then it continued displacing here. Oh yeah, Brez is the goat. I used to run and marketing agency myself as well, but it was just dispersing. Well, uh, I think it all comes down to, what suits you better, because some people aren't meant for trading, and the fact that maybe trading is better for you is a sign to show you that trading is the one for you. So, you know, as long as we keep pushing, everything is great. I actually wanted to try out the freelance brand scaling before, going all in into trading, but I was like, nah, I'm gonna focus on one thing, and no reason for planning failure, because I'll only fail if I give up. Alrighty. Right now I'm gonna trade one more week on demo. Next week I'm pick up 5k funded again. Plan is to pass that account and get payout to buy at 10k, and if I blow it, still just buy at 10k. Yeah, that's really great. So you use what platforms do you use? You use Funded Next or Alpha Capital? Let's go to the next step, by the way. Okay, we have a small gap here. I'd like to see it displaced through this gap and expand higher. So we just wait for the next retracement for me to take longs. Okay, we get a 15-minute gap retracement. Holy, it's about to close. I mean, that's really great. I also tried to use Alpha Capital sometime, and I did pass. I actually didn't pass with Alpha Capital. I used to do Funded Next, but when you come into futures, well, Top Step is the best option because it's cheap, and it's the best way to pass your fast funded, because it's cheap, so you can get more tries. So it's definitely a good option. But once you start passing more, you'll switch options because the activation fees will now become a problem. But yeah, Top Step is good. As of now, I was using the one called Lucid Trading. I don't know if you know it, and Lucid Trading is absolutely great, and it's on point. I don't know. I don't think this sort of block would hold. We don't have any clear liquidity runs just yet. Alright, there is the liquidity run on this low here, the 4 hour. It's a good 4 hour gap retracement. Okay, so liquidity run. Okay, there are no gaps inverse here. That's the worst thing about this. 4 hour is rejecting quite good, but it's not in the best session for me. I don't think this is the best session for me. PM session. Let's just go to the next day and see. Wait, why isn't it loading? Okay, let's see what ended up happening yesterday. Yesterday we ended up dropping lower into the 4 hour gap and displaced higher overnight, and we ended up running this high here as well. 11th trend, very beautiful move. Well, thanks for tuning in, Alex. You are a very consistent guy, and have a great time, man. Talk to you later. Peace. Let's see if price could displace higher. Maybe like to this high. Okay, 15-minute gap here. Let's see if we'll displace higher. The open liquidity run, there it is. It doesn't want to go, it doesn't want to move. All right, there we go. There is the inversion at this thing here, and it inversed two gaps actually. This gap here as well, and also the 15-minute gap is more important in this kind of case. So here's the inversion. Now let's try long. Come on, there is more liquidity actually. We can just try the trade just like that. Yes, we have a liquidity run, but look at this low resistance. Look at this low resistance resting around here. Nah, I ain't taking this. I mean, it will hit this high, but it's not worth it when we have these kinds of lows. You can see that later in the day, price absolutely comes to slap those lows. So I had to not take the trade. So this is what they say. What is called conditions. So I should make sure to have conditions in my trading where the conditions where that make me decide when to take trades and stuff. So yeah, shit happens. Okay, let's go to the next thing here. What's going on in my eye? Alright, price has already started displacing higher today. Let's see price like I don't go to these highs. 4 hour gap here. Very beautiful 1 hour inversion that was created when at 5 in the morning. Very beautiful move. This is one of the times where the trade could have been taken. This one right here. Let's see if we might try longs today. Let's see, will these longs be valid? Will be a 1.135 hour trade. Okay, new game session the next day. Okay, we better hit all-time highs. Retracement into 4 hour. I actually think at 8, before 8. Damn. Okay, 15 minute, no retracement, 30 minutes. Okay, well, there's this. So that means stop somewhere here. Okay, 30-minute gap retracement. Let's see if it reverses here. .30, 1 hour. Okay, 1 hour gap retraced as well. Alright, very beautiful move. Longs. We'll be looking for price to displace at least this high. Nigga. What the hell? Okay, let's go to the next new KM session. Okay, we have relatively equal lows here. And to see price retrace to those lows, gap here retracement. Okay, inversion. This will be a 1-to-1 thing. Liquidity run here as well. 5 minute did it inverse. Oh. Okay, liquidity run. Let's see if we're gonna have displacement higher now. Oh, no way. No way. Little 15 minute there. Don't tell me it's going to reverse. Don't tell me it's going to reverse without hitting this take profit. What? 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 Dang. That's insane. Well, I think we should obviously close these lows here, but then okay, ended up hitting take profit, but after all of this. For our gap retracement, no, it's a daily actually. I'd like to see displacement to this unfilled 4 hour. On a gap retracement, 15 minute has actually already impressed, so could actually just try out longs to these unfilled gaps. Let's try longs again. These highs. Oh. For our crazy consolidation. Let's go to the next day. Liquidity run. Inversion. Okay, 1 hour nothing. How about 30 minute gap retracement, liquidity run, 5 minute no gap reverse. Man, this is not something to play with. Alright, this day opened up bearish. There's a gap here. Liquidity run here. Unfilled gap. For 1 hour gap here. version. Let's see if these highs here will get a run. Nah. End up getting stopped out after years waiting for the trade to move. And gold ain't moving. Gold ain't moving. Okay, since we're displacing lower, these lows here will be quite good for our damn. I think I'll stick to NQ. Stick to the Nasdaq. This shit is not moving at all. For 2-hour gap retracement. Let's see if price drops lower. I like to see price move like this. Let's see if we can bang some shorts here. Liquidity run. 1 hour. Alright, very slow displacement. 15-minute gap retracement. Shorts. Nigga, what you say? Look at that move. 30-minute gap retracement, 15-minute gap retracement, 5-minute inversion. There's a gap here that you'll be cautious of, but once it retraces into this gap and starts rejecting, this is obvious bearishness incoming. Yeah, this low here is good. Run on liquidity right there. Yeah, counter trend trade. Whew. Slow move, but this was a very good movement. And consolidating because I ended the trade. If I hadn't entered it, it would have shot up directly. Yeah, right. Price is extremely bearish now. 4 hour. No gaps, nothing. There's an inversion right here, the 2 hour. Let's see if we'll find some displacement lower. We got a liquidity run here. These relative equal highs are crazy. Alright, now that the relatively equal highs have been run, let's see if we'll find shorts. Alright. Insane. New York AM session. think I'll stop this gold thing and try to trade it on a higher time frame instead of just this. For our we have a run here, but I think we're still gonna move higher. Yeah, zero trades, man. Zero shit. Let's go to the what's it called? Nasdaq. We're gonna deal with the Nasdaq, man. Now what year? Because we finished 2020, 2019, 2020, 2021, 2022, 2023, 2024, 2025. Couple more weeks. Maybe we can do 2026 up to date. Then update it as time goes on. So let's create that session. It will be better. Inversion FVG model 2026. All right. Continuation. I'm now trading only continuations. We'll be doing it on MNQ and MES. Right, 2026. Yep, January. All right, until now, February 8th. Okay. Okay. 50K. Interval, yep. Okay, let's do the default template. Right, we are 31st December. We had liquidity run and SMT, so I would expect price to start dumping. So let's go to 9:30 open, new day. Liquidity run on an SMT, so I'd like to see it on. I honestly would like to see this place lower. I also have a couple of gaps that are holding. We have is it an SMT thing? Yes, very small SMT. Okay, you get a 5-minute gap retracement. Liquidity run. But we didn't get no inversion, so no trade just yet. Run. Liquidity run there. Holy, so on this inversion here that's created on the 1 minute, somewhere here, this would have been a good entry. I remember this exact day. I mean, we have a 5 minute gap at the lows. I mean, there's a possibility that this thing could hold, so if it rejects, then we're obviously wrong. But now we have a liquidity run. There's quite a small 1 hour gap. Nothing here, nothing else. I don't think we have any other gap here. Try out shorts, advanced order. Let's do 2%, then we'll scale up slowly by slowly. Right, displacement. So this here really obvious break even because of this low here. We're displacing into a 5 minute gap, and the 5 minute has actually inversed. So very beautiful drop. And now it's also around the Asia lows. Four, 3, 2. How about the 2 minute? Okay, 2 minute has just inversed. Right here, 5. So you'd go break even at this here and here. And hits right away. I feel somewhat tired. Alright, let's go to the next New York AM session. There's a gap here and another block. I don't know. Let's see if price will displace higher. This is the day we're gonna be doing. Okay, maybe you can, if after this displacement, we can catch some good longs. 1 hour gap retracement. Right, there's a good retracement lower. Minutes rejecting, 5 minutes. No, 2 minute. Well, I'd like to use the 5 minute, man, to be honest, but can just try this 1-to-1. You see, why I should wait for the higher time frame. Break even this high here. Crazy long that took years. This could have been a long. Something like this. Let's go new day. Okay, so there goes the session. See you next time. Stay blessed. Peace.